on ChatFight,
Seth Rogen causes mass murder,
a director looks for a dwarf,
and we spread jam.
Enjoy! News!
So, in the news, in the last week or so, there has been a tragic shooting, which I'm sure you all have been aware of.
California.
One of our own, sadly, a Brit entitled Elliot Rogers,
Yes.
went on a misogynistic killing rampage.
Yeah.
Citing that he was getting revenge on women for essentially not sleeping with him.
Yeah, basically he wanted to put his penis in something and wasn't able to, so he killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's about the
gist
size
of it.
It's brought up, you know, the whole debate about gun legalization in the US and all this kind of crap.
Sexism and
Yeah.
poor mental health facilities.
But instead of blaming, you know, the government and the social reforms that may or may not have come into effect, one US critic decided to blame Seth Rogen, beloved actor and writer of films like Knocked Up, and who recently came out with the film Bad Neighbours, which I haven't seen but looks really funny.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is his fault because his movies have continued this myth that these guys should always get the girl, and the fact that Rogers was feeling left out of his college community was the fault of these films, like
because there are no other films like that, or you know, a general culture of that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the culture and the kind of the way, especially the white male kind of demographic has been conditioned in the US to feel like they're entitled.
None of that.
No.
It's the one film.
Yeah, it's that film.
Yeah, so, and of course, people are still turning around. I mean, my favourite thing is there's kind of a semi-spoof article that's come up, that the title of which is like, oh, there was no way to prevent this, as the only nation in which this regularly happens. And I think that pretty much sums it up. And, like, the movie Bad Neighbours is the problem.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, I know that when I watch a film...
Always kill immediately after.
Yeah, I definitely do.
That's the
Little
reason.
Mermaid.
Oh, there was
like,
so many fish for skin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and related to this kind of, Nigel Farage, back to Nigel Baby.
Nigel Baby. Nigel.
Has
we love
been
Nigel
quoted
Farage.
as saying that he would like to legalise handguns.
Yeah.
In Britain. Because the American model has shown us that is such a great idea.
Yeah. So, woohoo! And obviously that leads us on to the next...
UKIP.
The UKIP. The UKIP. News,
the really sad. I'm so disappointed in you, Britain.
I didn't think it would happen. I was
really
worried.
hoping.
I was really hoping that we might all pull together and just realise that they're a bunch of fucking morons.
Yeah.
But no.
There was a really interesting article that I read, which was basically about the reason there's been a massive rise in people voting for parties like UKIP is the same reason that people voted for the Nazis.
Yeah.
Which is basically that everything is enormously destabilised and uncertain.
Yeah.
Everyone feels like they're losing hope. So they're like, oh, look, this handy scapegoat. And people who say everything will be okay. Let's vote for them.
Boy! It's been almost self-fulfilled by the fact that the BBC and Channel 4 and pretty much everyone, while all saying kind of the undercurrent of don't vote for UKIP because they're absolute morons, consequently gave them the most airtime of anyone.
You know that there's an inquiry, like
Is
an
there
official
really?
inquiry into the BBC to see if there was anything dodgy going on, because they've given them like more than 5 times the airtime of any other party.
And I think we had this conversation the other day. I think it might be another one of my kind of political conspiracy theories.
Oh yes.
Of what they did is they all met in a room one day, and Nigel Farage said to all his constituents and all his MPs and stuff, who are actually normal, sensible people, and he said to them, right, try and be as massive of a dick as possible and say the most ridiculously controversial things that we don't believe.
Yeah.
But if you say all them, then we'll get loads of airtime.
But it's continued after they've been elected. There's one of their people said like a load of really homophobic and racist things online, because that's where all sensible people go to be bigots, and now he's being suspended after he got a seat.
Ooh.
Observations, we're making observations. Observations, we're observing things.
Observations, we'll be stuck in conversation, making observations. Observation of the month. It's summer! Sort of.
Not really.
A bit. It was. It was for a little bit.
Like it was for like 4 days.
Yeah, and then it started raining.
And got really cold.
Yeah.
But not cold enough. Like
I wore socks in bed last night.
That is
I was that cold. I wore socks in bed.
I didn't, but I do basically have a human blanket living with me.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, for people who don't know, my boyfriend's really hairy. Hence the human blanket.
I have no human blanket. If any hairy man wants to come and be my human blanket, please knock first.
Yeah, it's only polite.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of this summer, non-summer
I wanted to make a decision, and I don't know what to feel.
And I don't know what to wear. But it's funny to see people starting, like, in the morning it looks sunny. So they go out in, like strappy tops and shorts and like flip-flops and, like sandally things with, like, sun hats, and then it starts pissing it down with rain, and you just see them there, miserable,
bedraggled. Because we have such changeable weather, we need to kind of invent some kind of like cut-off trousers that you get and stuff like that, but like for the whole body. So it's like a onesie that also turns into like full waterproof suit.
I'm not sure about this.
I think it could sell really well.
Are you basically suggesting, like, you know those, like, massive snowsuits you got put in as a kid?
Yeah.
Like one of those, but not puffy.
That'd be amazing.
It's like a full body
cagoule. Like puffy starfish.
Like a full body cagoule.
Yeah.
Like a cagoule onesie with a ridiculous hood.
That'd be amazing.
With, like, zip off arms.
Yeah,
and
then you can zip off to different
layers.
To
like a cagoule bathing suit.
There's a direct correlation, I think, between how happy we are and how little clothing we wear.
Yeah.
Because obviously...
I don't know if that's the correlation. Like, if I was semi-naked right now, I don't think I'd be happier. Although sometimes I'm happier when I'm naked.
Well, sometimes we're all happy when we're naked.
Depends on what's going on.
Yeah, if I'm just, like, walking down the street and I'm naked, I'm not very happy.
I know, I would find that awkward.
Yeah.
But if I'm, like, jamming around home when, like, no one else is around...
Jamming.
Naked jamming.
Naked jamming. Want to do me some naked jamming? That's just got weird now, because part of me thought, oh yeah, like playing instruments naked, and then I was like, spreading jam on yourself naked.
Sometimes I worry about your brain. I don't know.
Mean,
maybe you have some kind of jam enthusiasts, but also naked with you. That would make sense.
Yeah, no, if they were there, but if you just by yourself slathering yourself with jam. That'd be a bit weird. And now we present to you
an experience of summer through
the magic of soundscape.
Why did we talk about jam?
Don't know.
Why did we talk about jam?
Raspberry.
Why did we talk about jam?
Strawberry.
Why did we talk about jam?
Strawberry. Summer. It's meant to be about summer.
It's sunny and I'm naked. 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 It's sunny and I'm naked.
Don't forget to put on sunscreen. The magic of soundscape.
Angry, 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 angry. Emily's angry rant.
So, as I said, I moved into a flat, so I now have an address for the first time in a year. For a year, I've been a nomad. So all of my stuff was in storage. Getting my stuff out of storage and putting it in the flat was rather astounding. The thing is, like, I've been living out of a suitcase for a year.
Yeah.
But, like, I had places to stay, so I got more stuff, right? And then I went to storage, and I was like, holy fuck, I have a lot of stuff. Like, I went through my clothes. I like clothes. I have a lot of clothes. Less now, because I've gotten used to living out of a suitcase, so I found it really overwhelming when I, like, opened, like, 6 suitcases of clothes and was like, what am I doing? So I went through all of my clothes, and I'm getting rid of, like, 4 suitcases worth. It is insane. Books, too many of them. It's frightening. It's almost oppressive. We have, like, a wall of books, and I'm giving them away. I was sitting in my living room looking at this piles of stuff, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why do I need these things? And, like, random trinkets. Like, I have some of them, like, sentimental. So I have like a little wand with a heart on top of it that was part of like a Halloween costume that my grandma made for me when I was 5. So sentimental things. But there are some of them that are like, oh, look at these pretty wooden bowls. And I'm like, what am I doing? So I've got stuff and I need to get rid of it. I am, slowly but surely.
So you're like your own little charity shop.
Pretty much.
Emily's Angry Rant. Trip, nip, knife, snatch and tall balls. The awkward body part stories. Once upon a time, there were 3 best friends. Trip-Nip was a perky pink nub of delight. Even though she had 2 identical sisters who got far more attention than her, she kept her sunny disposition, saying hello to anyone she could. Natch-Snatch was a fuzzy, free spirit. Even though times changed around her, she stuck to her guns. She respected herself and felt no need to fanny about on the winds of fashion. Tallballs, well, Tallballs was a gangly-dangly type, and while he was quite happy by himself, he always perked up when the other 2 were around. They were a triumphant trio, getting themselves into all sorts of shenanigans. One day, Trip-Nip, Natch-Snatch and Tallballs were bustling about the house. They were all having a rather busy week, a really hectic time at work.
Trip-Nip had a big report due at the end of the week.
Natch-Snatch was nervous about her presentation to the company board.
And Tallballs, well, Tallballs was brushing up on his Cantonese in preparation for his upcoming conference call with the Chinese office.
Suddenly, the cuckoo clock in the hall chimed 6 o'clock. They all dropped what they were doing and rushed to the kitchen.
Oh, goody, it's tea time, said Natch-Snatch.
I'm famished, said Tallballs.
And Trip-Nip smiled, because she was just happy to be included.
But as Natch-Snatch reached up to open the fridge door, they all gasped aloud.
Oh no, said Natch-Snatch.
Oh dear, said Trip-Nip.
Oh bother, said Tallballs.
The fridge was almost empty. There were no meats, no vegetables, no cheeses. In fact, all that was left were condiments.
And you can't subsist on only mustard and Branston pickle, can you?
No, you can't.
There was nothing for it. They had to go to the supermarket.
So off they popped to Waitrose.
When they got there, they went over to get a trolley.
Tallballs pulled out a £1 coin and popped it into the trolley.
But wouldn't you know it? It wouldn't fit.
So Tallballs pushed harder, and then harder still.
He started jiggling and wiggling, trying to get it into place, but he had no luck.
Natch-Snatch sighed and said pushing it harder won't make it go in.
Natch-Snatch took the coin and slowly eased it forward, gentle but firm, and finally the coin slotted into place perfectly, and the trolley released.
Newly armed with their trolley, they all headed inside.
Trip-Nip wanted to look at their melon section.
Natch-Snatch wanted to peruse the fish counter.
And Tallballs fancied having a peek at the sausages.
But after the debacle last month, they thought that they'd better stick together.
First of all, they trundled off to the fruit section.
There were so many different melons to choose from.
Big, juicy watermelons, firm, round cantaloupes, and smooth, succulent honeydews.
Trip-Nip squeezed a few to test them and ended up picking out a well-proportioned cantaloupe.
Then off they went to the fish counter.
Did they want fresh tilapia to sprinkle with some lemon juice?
No, they didn't want fresh tilapia.
Did they want some langoustines to put in a seafood bisque?
No, they didn't want langoustines.
Did they want some ahi tuna, seared and served with a salad?
No, they didn't want ahi tuna.
In the end, they picked up some cod and were on their way.
Finally, they came to the charcuterie, and Tallballs was so excited he was hardly able to contain himself.
He could see spicy Spanish chorizo, fat German bratwurst, and salted British saveloy.
Tallballs just couldn't decide, so he bought all 3.
When the deli assistant picked up the chorizo to go and slice it, Tallballs cried out, "Oh no! Don't slice the sausage! I'll take the whole thing. It may be to some people's liking, but I'm not a fan of sausage slicing."
I agree, said Natch-Snatch, and sliced or not, that sausage will taste the same."
The two of them turned around to see what Trip-Nip thought, but she was nowhere to be seen.
"Oh no," said Natch-Snatch.
"Oh dear," said Tallballs.
"Oh bother," said the deli assistant.
Natch-Snatch and Tallballs were frantic. Where, oh where could she be? Honestly, always wandering off like that.
"Oh no," said Tallballs. "We're going to have to go and search for her, and it's going to take so long and be so difficult. She's just so elusive."
"Well," said Natch-Snatch, "we could always just ask. Just because you can't find something doesn't mean you should give up. There's no shame in a helping hand."
"Oh, all right," said Tallballs, and they went to the help desk.
They paged Trip-Nip once, and then they paged her again.
And then on the third try, Trip-Nip came bounding down the bakery aisle, having been distracted by some soft white beps.
"Thank goodness we found you," said Natch-Snatch. They went to the till to pay for all their shopping, and went home to make a rather strange salad.
Those rogues! What will they get up to next time?
Trip-Nip, Natch-Snatch and Tallballs, the awkward body part stories.
This is the song. Yes, the song. Jingle for a song, jingle for a song. So we're gonna play you a song. But first you gotta sit through, yeah, you gotta sit through the song. We're gonna play you a song. Jingle for a song, jingle for a song. Jingle, jingle, jingle for a song. Here's the song.
You there, inaccurate racist. Positive discrimination is the only explanation why someone who's not white gets a job. This incessant immigration is causing the degradation of this nation's language and its old traditions. But they don't respect our laws and they commit benefit fraud, and they're only here to use our top-notch healthcare. But you're not racist. No, you can't be racist. 'Cause you have a black friend. Poor, poor fools. Poor, poor idiots. Poor, poor stupid people. You probably don't know why we're laughing at you. You probably don't realize we're laughing at you. You there, ridiculous homophobe. The only intercourse that should not fill you with remorse must occur between a woman and a man. And the marriage laws and should have no issue with divorce, but this new amendment's taken it too far. It's a natural population, the enemy of procreation, and they're only here to use our top-notch healthcare, AIDS. But you're not homophobic. No, you can't be homophobic. 'Cause you have a gay friend. Poor, poor fools. Poor, poor idiots. Poor, poor stupid people. You probably don't know why we're laughing at you. You probably don't realize we're laughing at you. You there, casual sexist. It's well known that evolution has dictated the solution to the power distribution between genders. The expected contribution from the female institution should consist of prostitution and childcare. They're overly emotional, their weakness is reproachable, they're only here to use their top-notch healthcare, periods. But you're not sexist. No, you can't be sexist. 'Cause you have a girlfriend. But you could do shit about it. Yeah, you could do shit about it. You could read a book, or go outside, or talk to someone that's different from you. Take a bus. You can find a black man on a bus. Talk. You can find a gay man on a bus. Chat. You can find a woman on a bus. Debate, discuss, decide, and you might find that you change your mind.
Or not, but like, please try.
Poor, poor fools. Poor fools. Poor, poor idiots. Poor, poor stupid people. You probably don't know why we're laughing at you. You probably don't realize we're laughing at you. But we all are. That was the song. The end of the song. just played you a song. And now you gotta sit through, yeah, you gotta sit through the song. The end of the song. End of the song, end of the song. Yes, oh yes, we just played you a song. Awkward, 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 awkward.
Need to finish the jingle.
This is awkward moments.
So I was on a set, and it was a BBC set for.
Whoa.
I was only being an extra,
Okay.
or background artist, as we like to be called.
Yes.
Everyone, yeah, because we're professional and
Profesh.
yeah, and we've trained and we know our craft
Yeah.
of standing and walking to different places. So I was on this BBC set, and it was in a pub. And it was a night shoot as well, so I was very tired. And
no.
it was like, I can't stay up very late. I find it difficult to stay up past 11. And I had the shoot started at 10:30 and went till 4.
Oh,
so I was
fun.
already disorientated. And we had to do a shot. It was very complicated, where I and 2 other people had to pick up a pint glass each from the bar and walk to the other side of the room out of shot. So it was very complicated.
Yes.
Obviously, it took a lot of practice. A lot of
that's
rehearsal.
what you train for.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the picking up pint glass module was one of the hardest.
Yeah.
I found.
Well, like holding things and walking.
Yeah,
Challenging.
it's like
Not everyone can do
multitasking.
that.
Yeah. So I pick up the glass, and the camera's rolling, and we're mid shoot, and I've nailed the picking up of the glass, and I've nailed the turning and the direction and the walking, and I walk out of shot, and I think, boom, nailed it. I'm going to reward myself with a little sit down. And there was a table next to me, and I thought, I'm not in shot, no one can see me. You know, there's this table full of glasses and plates and cutlery and stuff, and I'm like, I'm just going to sit on this table and have a little rest. What I didn't realise was that the table was actually a plank of wood balanced on a block.
I see. I think I see what this is
Yeah, yeah, so middle of the take, everyone's quiet because other stuff's going on.
Yeah.
I decide to sit down on this table and probably collapse the entire thing. Glasses and stale beer and cutlery and plates go flying
Wonderful.
all over. I'm covered in beer, and everyone on set, all the crew and all the extras, turn to me and stare and burst out laughing.
But at least they laughed.
They did laugh. I wasn't in trouble.
You could have died.
I could have died. It would have been worse. It was close. It was close. But I safe to say I pretty much humiliated myself on the BBC set.
Fun. So when you're going back...
They haven't called me.
Oh no.
This is awkward moments. Casting couch, casting couch, casting couch, where weird stuff happens. Casting couch, it'll make you lose faith in humanity. Casting couch.
And we have inevitably arrived at the most twisted part of the show, Casting Couch, where we take genuine casting calls from the public tinternet services and various casting and call-out websites and read them to you for enjoyment and horror.
There are some good uns. Woman actress with seductive voice needed for erotic audio recordings, catering to a foot and tickle fetish. No video, just audio. No need to meet.
Ooh. I want to know what that is, where it's like...
So
there's no video, it's just audio.
Well,
so it's audio but about foot and
how
tickle
can you
fetishes.
get the full...
So is it like, toes.
Oh, those get me hot.
Pinky toes get me, like,
Look at the painted nails.
Yeah, ankles. What is that?
Or pumice them, I don't know.
Art porn short film. This is brilliant. It's so short. It's just, hi. If you are an actress but also willing to give a BJ for the camera, then we have work for you. Small, friendly, creative team. Any questions, please ask Rob.
They're really friendly for porn.
Yeah.
The next one is called The Red Hair. This is the story of a mysterious woman with floor-length red hair and her psychotic lover. She is obsessed with her beautiful red hair, never getting out of her beautiful red room. He is a collector of moments and feelings and anything rare, and so must have her. bit creepy.
Yeah.
However, at that precious moment when sex makes her his, she is of no use to him anymore, so he kills her and takes what he was after all along. The beautiful red hair.
Ooh.
It's basically you fuck someone and then cut off their hair.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't like what worries me is that when the
Sex
moment when
makes her-
sex makes her his. I'm pretty sure that sex is not like an exchange of goods contract.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. If you think that when you have sex with someone you then own them, then that's not
If
right.
that's true, then some people have a small army. That's the
They
whole
just-
thing.
yeah.
And the next one's quite fun too. So, vertically challenged male actor needed. Vertically challenged, brackets, very short, male actor needed for a reenactment, security self-defense video. Must be somewhat nimble, as the role calls for the ability to run up to 20 foot and climb up 1 foot, jump down 1 foot.
This next one is so vague that it's terrifying.
Yep.
Actress wanted for an hour-long assignment. That's it.
That is the whole thing.
That's the whole casting call. What this hour-long assignment is, we
Where?
don't know. How much it's going to pay,
Who is involved?
what they're going to have to do.
If you'll die at the end, nothing. It sounds like it could be snuff, is all I'm saying.
So this is our next film. This is a film called Kveling. The main character, Katrine, suffers a trauma and her behaviour in everyday tasks becomes erratic. We see her disconnected with reality and lose her ability to be sexually satisfied. Great. So we've gone back to sex again. Until
Always.
she experiences an epiphany of masochistic proportions. One part of the film contains mature themes. We need our two actors to be comfortable in engaging in a simulated sex scene in which the female character has an epiphany of her sexual needs. This is the most important bit. The actors will need to have a sensitive approach to the scene and be able to let their director work closely with them to reach that stage of anxiety and intimacy that the camera will need to see.
It's quite creepy.
Yeah, that's a really creepy director. Whoever you are, you're not allowed to like touch your actors, right?
And also actors, you know your director isn't allowed to touch you.
Right.
Right? Like,
We come to our What the Fuck Award for this month.
Yeah.
And this is a really good one
it's
this
a
month.
corker.
Hello. Firstly, this does not involve you doing anything sexual, unlike 99% of the listings in this section. It is a very unusual role, however, so I need to find the right sort of person. Okay, I'm a guy in my 30s, and my fiancée is in her 20s. I have suggested she take part in submission training, which she is willing to do.
I'd like to hire an attractive young female to direct this activity. Being a good actor, dominant/strong personality, and at least a basic desire/understanding of sexual submission would be great. Remember that bit where they said nothing sexual?
Oh, yeah.
What was that? Yeah.
You know what he's actually done is he's reinforced that in the next sentence where
Oh.
he says, you wouldn't do anything sexual,
Oh.
but would be present. I think being present counts as something sexual. Over time, she would need to lose her anal virginity,
Learn to deep throat and take cum in her mouth, and eventually swallow spunk.
do a gangbang/bukkake.
Do a girl/girl, or a threesome.
The girlfriend is slim, very pretty, shaved, ...
Man, ellipses can make stuff really creepy.
Yeah. This is very...
Sexual?
Yeah. Despite what he said about trying to reassure us that it was in no way sexual.
Saying that though, it's very well paid.
That
It's
is
like
true.
150 quid for 2 hours of work.
Not bad. But,
Yeah.
I mean, well, 150 quid for 2 hours of work, I can get that doing a children's party. I don't know whether this says more about porn or children's parties.
I think probably about both.
Yeah.
I think it just says things about what people are willing to spend their money on.
Yeah.
Casting couch, it will make you lose faith in humanity. Casting couch.
In a world full of lies and deceit, a beacon of honesty shines forth to souls unafraid to speak. Pure truth is their source. They've traveled around the globe, freewheeling, fair dealing. No matter what they're told, they're smashing that glass ceiling. Any question put to them, they'll answer honest and true. Any question put to them by you. So ask us a question, ask us
us, we'll tell you no lies. Ask us a question. Everything we say will be true story.
So our first question this month on True Story comes from Will.
And his question was, would you rather live in the mouth of a giant dog or have a tiny dog live in your mouth?
Quite a surreal question to
It's
start
out
us
there.
off. It's out there. He's
there.
obviously a little crazy.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
Maybe.
I would have to say I would rather have a tiny dog live in my mouth.
I think so.
Because if I lived in the mouth of a giant dog, that'd be kind of boring.
Yeah.
Unless I could leave.
Yeah.
But then that sort of defeats one of the questions. If I leave, I probably just wouldn't come back.
Yeah, that's true.
But I
like
can
stay with
imagine it'd be
friends.
like quite moist. Yeah.
Yes.
A
Well, and
lot of
also,
time.
it would. Have you smelled dog breath?
Yeah, it's
Like,
not.
I don't want to live in that.
No, I don't want to live in there.
It's not nice.
And like,
But then,
all your clothes would be soggy all the time.
Yeah.
And it'd be spit on everything.
Yes.
And it'd be kind of boring because the only exciting thing would be like, when they went to play fetch. And then that'd be
then
fucking
you'd have
terrifying
enormous...
because then there'd be like frisbees flying towards the door of your house. But then I think the only real setback would be hairballs. That'd probably be an unpleasant.
What if you
side effect.
accidentally swallowed it?
Depends what kind of dog as well. Because if it was like a massive Northumberland, then that would probably be unpleasant. But if it was like a teeny tiny Jack Russell, then
It'd basically be just like having food stuck in your teeth.
yeah. So the second question that we have this month comes from Simon, who asked us, "When was the last time you got stuck?" Now this
open-ended.
It's open-ended, isn't it? There could be lots of interpretations.
Yeah, like,
does
it mean like physically stuck?
stuck,
Or like metaphorically?
existentially.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, existentially, I get stuck. I'm always stuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I'm pretty much always having like,
Yeah.
why am I here? What am I doing? What's
Yeah.
the purpose of life?
I guess, obviously, physically, the last time I was stuck was the last time it was sunny and I smothered my naked body in jam.
Yep.
That didn't go well.
Literally stuck. Like that is sticky.
I don't know. I get my fingers stuck in things a lot. Oh my!
That definitely about you sometimes.
That definitely, that didn't come out the way I meant it to.
I think physically stuck. Probably the last time I got physically stuck is those sofas that look really sturdy and hard, and then you sit in them and sink like 2 meters below floor level. And I'm short, so if I sink into a chair like that, my feet don't touch the floor.
Yeah.
So I've got like a whole like turtle thing going on of like trying to struggle forwards, and so sofas and naked jam times is the answer. And then
finally, our last question is from Lee, and he asked us,
what's our biggest fear?
Failure.
Yeah, definitely failure. Or like not getting all the things I want to do done before I die.
Yeah. And also, like bombs.
If you want to send us a question, then you can email us at snee.and.wolf
With 2 Fs.
@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Twitter at Emily Snee or at Isabel Wolf.
With 2 Fs.
Yep.
And that's it, sadly, again, for this month's Chat Fight.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening and sending in your questions and generally being lovely people.
We'll see you next time.
See you later, alligator.
Okay then.
Chat fight, tea and biscuits.